Yes, sir. What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another one of these things, man. It's Thoughts of a Predicate Winner. And we're going to get into some Johnny Cash today. Some of that rugged old flag. Because it's Memorial Day. And I hope that you guys have had a great weekend, a great time of self-reflection. And I hope that y'all have found a place in your hearts and in your piece of peace and your mind of mind to reflect on what our fallen soldiers have fought through, been through, to essentially give us this beautiful life that is laid before us today that a lot of times all we can seem to do is complain about. All we can do is figure out what's wrong with the world. But in all honesty, we're afforded the luxury of being able to even have an opinion on those things, thanks to these fallen soldiers, thanks to the battles that they fought through. And I'm very appreciative of that. My grandfather, who is very much like a father figure to me, he has fought overseas. He was in the military for a long time. He was a pilot, and he's still alive with me today, thank God. But so many people are not afforded that luxury. And I want to take just a minute just to say to all the families, loved ones, and friends out there that have lost somebody due to this, you know, that my heart is with you. My prayers are with you, especially on days like today. And I do want you to know that I know I'm not the only one, but even if it's just me, your family member, your son, your father, your mother, your friend, whoever it was that went across seas to battle those battles for us, just so you know, there is somebody out here that appreciates that and is very grateful for that and does not take that for granted. And I am one of those people, and there's a whole lot of us. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and jump into this. This is Johnny Cash, Old Rugged Flag, or Rugged Old Flag. What's up, what's up, what's up? What's happening? Thoughts of a Predicate Winner. The sole purpose of this channel, in a bad place or in a bad mood or you're tired, this is something that can kind of help pull you out of that. Is to react to, review, but you gotta fall in love with the process and you can't worry about the outcome. And that's what he's saying here. And break down music that pulls on your heartstrings and makes your soul bleed. That freaks me out, but that scares me almost. In a good way. Like and subscribe if you're new. Comment if you hate. Let's go. Shout out to Jody. Send me this particular.
The President of the United States, in the name of the Congress, takes pleasure in presenting the Medal of Honor to Lance Corporal William Kyle Carpenter, United States Marine Corps. By his undaunted courage, bold fighting spirit, and unwavering devotion to duty, in the face of almost certain death, Lance Corporal Carpenter reflected great credit upon himself and upheld the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service.
Salute.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
We talk a lot in our country about privilege, black privilege, white privilege, this is privilege. We're all privileged, bro. Every one of us, man. Because of what they have been through, because of the battles that they have faced, we're able to have whatever privileges. We're able to have the privilege of arguing about who's more privileged. Like,
as Americans, these words are the cornerstone of our country.
A declaration of rights that are to be honored and respected by those who are wise, brave, and proud to be an American.
For those willing to commit their lives to protecting our most precious symbol of freedom.
A tapestry of stars and stripes on a flag woven red, white, and blue.
In 1974, the great American artist Johnny Cash wrote of a ragged old flag. Ragged, old from the conflict and suffering that came with our fight for freedom. Pride in our flag, our country's symbol, should inspire us to keep striving to become a more perfect union.
Key word there, to keep striving. The issue with that a lot of us face today is that a lot of us aren't striving to make this a better place for our children and our grandchildren. A lot of us are striving just to upset somebody that we don't agree with or that we don't get along with, which is stupid and absurd whenever you think about what these people had to go through just to give you the freedom to do so.
I walked through a county courthouse square. On a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, "Your old courthouse is kind of run down." He said, "No, it'll do for our little town." I said, "Your old flagpole is leaned a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it." He said, "Have a seat." And I sat down. Is this...
And just think about the sentiment of that. You're looking at a flag and having a conversation about a flag. You're so drawn in by the mere sight of our American flag that people take the privilege of the nasty privilege of being able to burn and stomp on and do all of these disrespectful and god-awful things when all of these people have this genuine love and admiration for that flag because of what it stands for, because of what was fought for, what these men and women had to go through in the greatest society of America, the best American generation, what they had to fight through and go through to make it a possible place for me and you to live and raise our children freely. Worship whatever God we feel like we should worship. Say whatever we feel like we need to say without dealing with the repercussions of government getting involved. Like, man, we really need to take a minute sometimes and just appreciate. But the internet, this microwave society, the phones, the flick of the thumb, dude, just to change. You don't have like the tenacity even to sit there and do something as simplistic as sitting on a bench and respecting a flag and telling stories with a stranger.
The first time you've been to our... He said, "Have a seat." And I sat down. "Is this the first time you've been to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag."
Come on, bro.
You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned the night that Francis Scott Key said, "Watching it right and say, can you see?" And it got a bad rip in New Orleans with Pakenham and Jackson tugging at its seams. And it almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag, but she waved on the way. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville, and she got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low a time or two. She was in Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships upon the briny foam, and now they've about quit waving back here at home. In her own good land here, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, refused.
At one point in time, that wasn't by our own. You know what I mean?
And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare and she's wearing thin, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in.
Even in the mere, I love this because even in the lyricality of it, the way that he's talking about the story of the flag, it's also kind of our story, right? Like, their story. it's also their story, the prior generations leading up to us, what they had went through, what they had been through to become the great, beautiful America that they were. That, you know, yeah, we got some cracks, we got some holes, we got some things that's not perfect, we need fixing, but we still standing. We've been through it all. We have fought through it all, and we're still waving. And I think about that sometimes, man, whenever I think about how our flag hasn't changed since, you know, since it became what it was. And like in my house, I have one of those flagpoles with the American flag hanging from it right now. And I just think sometimes, man, what a privilege it is just to be able to do that. Just to be able to do that. Just to be able to say when somebody drives by my house, as simplistic as it sounds, hey, the people in here respect you, bro, if you're a soldier. And I live around a bunch of soldiers.
Because she's been through the fire before. And I believe she can take a whole lot more.
That's
so
hard.
We raise her up every morning. We take her down every night. We don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her up right.
How about that, man? How about a day and time where they wouldn't even let that thing touch the floor? They wouldn't even let it touch the ground. Now, the military is still like that. Military people are still like that. But people in society used to uphold to that.
On second thought, I do like to brag, because I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's real good, man.
God bless America.
I love that, bro. That's A1 to me. Like, such a great testimony. Our story as Americans is such a great testimony, man. No matter what color you are, no matter what background you have, no matter what your religion is, man, you do have the same freedom as me. We all have the same freedoms. We all share the same the same opportunities as each other. No matter what you believe, no matter what you think, you might have been taught a lie, which, you know, that will prevail as ignorance and hold you still. Like when people said, you know, I used to be fat, and people used to be able to, like, they would say, like, you'll never lose weight. It's all about genetics. I have pretty good genetics, but they would say, like, it's all about your genetics, man. You're probably just that size no matter what. What that did for years was just say, it made me say, oh, what's the point? I mean, I'm never going to change. I remember when I smoked cigarettes. Yo, you'll never be able to quit, man. That's the most addicting thing on earth. You'll never be able to get off of cigarettes. So a lot of times what we're told holds us back, right? So a lot of these people are being told, you don't have the same privileges as that white man over there. You don't have the same opportunities because you don't have those privileges. And because you don't have the opportunities, you won't be able to be as successful as that white man over there. Eliminating the value of hard work, which is hard work, dedication, grit, tenacity. That is the reason why I'm able to be on a YouTube channel talking to you guys through a microphone, and y'all can comment underneath it and say whatever you want to say about me, say whatever you want to say about it, and you have the freedom to do so. So I wanted to do this video. Number one, Jody kind of brought it to my attention, so shout out to Jody. But I posted something earlier, it's deleted now, a little live before I went golfing earlier today, where I said Happy Memorial Day in the title. And I was checked by 2 veterans. So if you veterans are watching this now, I understood what you were saying, you know, that Memorial Day is not a happy day. Now, in my video, the sentiment was not of celebrating something happy. It was about, we should celebrate the fact that because of what these soldiers, fallen soldiers, have fought for and died for, we're able to grill out, you know, have hot dogs and hamburgers, chill with our family on this day without having to go to work, without having to go do slave labor for somebody over here. We're able to make the decisions we want to make. We're able to chase that American dream. We're able to put our boots on the ground, bro, and get to stomping tomorrow morning. And we owe all of that to these fallen soldiers that fought and died so that we could have the freedoms that we have today. There's not enough thank you. There's not enough appreciation. But I deleted that post because I found if two of the veterans that follow my channel were like, I get your sentiment, bro, and thank you for that, but it's not a happy day. I understand, and I understood in the moment, but I took it down just for that simplistic matter because I wanted to make sure that I did this right. And what I wanted to do was I just wanted to alarm each and every one of you that watch this video to please, for the love of God, sit back, reflect, and think about how good you have it for one day because of what somebody else lost, because of what because of the ultimate punishment that they took for you, the sacrifice that they gave so that you could. And I just want you guys to really reflect on that, and you will start to see that there's always something to be thankful for rather than something to frown about. Yeah, we go through hard times. We struggle, but what if struggle was just your everyday? Then you wouldn't even think of it as struggle. It would just be what it was. The fact that you have something else that you could achieve and that you see other people around you achieve is what gives you the sense that you are struggling. And because of that sense of struggle, you can start to get in this depression state sometimes where you feel like nothing will work out for you, and you get kind of slumped in that hole that I was talking about earlier that you don't feel like you can get out of because you've been told that you can't break out of it. So thank you to all of the soldiers out there and to all of the veterans out there and to anybody out there that has lost a family member, lost a loved one due to our lifestyle that we all take for granted. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you with all of my heart. And it should be more than one day that we have to reflect on these things. We should reflect on them way more often than we do. But thank you, thank God, and thank the family member or the loved one or the friend that you lost so that we could be. I appreciate you, I appreciate them, and I appreciate the sacrifice. I hope that y'all enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day. Not going to say happy Memorial Day here, but I do hope you enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day in your reflection. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next one. All right? Peace.